Sup dudes, I'm this dude and welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. Which, things weren't too bad last time. I was getting a little weirded out, but not too much. So I have really no idea what to expect during this next part. Sorry. Monica is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all of the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident we can really grow this club before we graduate. Right everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if you can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So Brandon, what kind of things do you like to read? Considering how little I've read the past few years, I really don't have a good way of answering that. Manga? Or the manga? I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What I'm saying is, I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of a teacup with her fingers. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story is such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed to be reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep physiological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately, and I remember a horror book once. I simply grabbed something I can relate to at the minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. She might as well, she'd probably have a better time. Really, I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, what's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes start over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind the last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! I give that back. Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sori slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. It is impressive you can write your own stuff. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You don't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for you, Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Nazuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. What is your idea? Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Lovely. Then next time we meet we can all share them with each other. That way everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. So now that we have a new member, I think it will help us get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Brandon? Sure. Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one more problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what has been on my mind since the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Siri may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made my decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. Well, you can't afford like all four of them staring at you like, you don't want to join? Like, think something clever, think something clever. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought... Now I feel like crap. You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is a price you need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls... Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one the girls' eyes lighten up. Yes, I'm so happy! Sherry wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Damn it, she got me out. I just came for the frickin' cupcakes. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Now thanks, I guess. Okay everyone, I think with that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignments. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Brandon, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Me too. I'm so screwed. Yeah. Can I really impress the class? So Monika with my medical writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Hopefully I don't have to literally write this poem myself. Like hopefully just give me like my person in the game just writes one. That'll do. Because I'm screwed if I have to write my own poem. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Nazuki clean up their food. Hey Brandon, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Yuri and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Yuri, Nazuki, Yuri, and of course Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to go closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances and I'm sure good fortune will find me. I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Oh, damn it. Ah, come on, I don't want to write this myself. Oh, okay. It's time to write a poem. Pick where you think your club members will like. Pick something good might happen with whoever likes your poem most. Unquestioned treasure, climax, promise, precious, journey, prophet, heaven, vanilla, beauty. I think promise. I'm gonna make promise. Maybe destiny, charm, joy, pain, memories, sensation, fantasy, instinctive, together, uncontrollable, passion, broken. This sounds like a emotional rollercoaster, this poem. Bliss, question, tenacious, yes, heartbeat. Oh, we'll see how this poem turns out. Hi again, Brandon. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. When I'm back at the literature club, I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Brandon. I hope this isn't too overwhelming for commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into a literature club when you're not accustomed to it. Oh come on, he like he deserves any slack. Siri told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year too. I don't know if you plan here just to come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Azuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps manga collection in a club room. Azuki finds herself stuck between, say, Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Azuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Brandon always gives it his best, as long as he's having fun. That is true, though. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking and cleaning my room. How dependable. Sorry, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. I almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? Wait, I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Brandon can become good friends too. Sorry. I sure Sorry seems oblivious to the weird situation she puts me into. Oh, you even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Suri? Me? No, not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? What is it? Come on. So I made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? So you're right, I wasn't thinking... I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. So, yeah. I'll make a big deal out of it if you don't want it to be. Alright, well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. We could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. Not too bad. Okay. It's just making me feel awkward here. Okay, this is How to Skull Accidentally Being So Cute. She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not being reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read this at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Soy and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for his chance. Meanwhile, Nezuki is rummaging around in a closet. It looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slumped down into the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature related to myself like this? I guess I'll go read the book Yuri gave me. Exactly, read that. But I'm feeling a little too tired to read. Oh, come on, reading doesn't take a lot out of you. I'd probably fall asleep right now. I close my eyes and end up listening in on Yuri's conversation with Monica. We're probably going to seem really lame compared to all the other clubs, though. Well, we can't give up. The festival is a chance to show everyone what a literature club is all about. The problem is that the idea of the literature club sounds too dense and intellectual. But it's not like that at all, you know? We just need a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds. That doesn't solve the problem, though. What do you mean? If we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place if it's a literature event. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, you know? And after they come, we can do the thing to speak to their creative minds. What's this? Shuri is taking this really seriously. It's rare to hear her deliberating like this. That's a good point. In that case, you don't think food will do the trick? What kind? Well, I guess I could... Cupcakes! Good thinking. Nezuki would love to do that. Ah, you're right. Nezuki makes the best cupcakes. That works out perfectly. That wasn't why you suggested it, was it? Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy. Cupcakes it is then. I'm hungry. Anyway, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. I find myself smiling. In the end, Suri is still her usual self. But therein lies the unexpected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all, Suri can put her mind to things and take them all come to life. I suppose that's why I end up letting her my case about things. I can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. What? She searched right over my face. I open my eyes, find Story's face filling my vision. I nearly fell out of my chair. Wait, what? Wait. Actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't a napping club. Does the school have a napping club? Just saying, I'll play it again, aren't you? Now that you're in a club, you're going to have less time for anime, you know? You need to get used to it. Don't say that out loud. I glanced over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard. Okay, I'm good. It's true though. Yeah, I suppose you're right. I know. You're always looking out for me, Suri. It's what I do best. That's the problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? Not every day. That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up this time? It's a secret. I knew it. Come on. At least give me the benefit of the doubt. I can't even do that. Look, Suri, it's written all over you. Suri glances around at herself. How is writing all over me? You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look, your hair is sticking out all around the place. Look, your hair is sticking out all around here. Ah! I run my fingertips down the side of Suri's hair, trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need a brush for this. My hair is just really hard to get through, to get right. I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't straight either, and there's toothpaste stain on your collar right here. I tried to wipe off the stain with my finger, but nobody would even notice that. Of course they would. Nobody's going to tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I really don't care about that. You meanie. And you don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sayori. Why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? That's super mean. I'm just being like a gigantic douche here. Sorry, but you'll thank me later. I tried to button her blazer from the bottom. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. That's a very vivid image. This is so funny. What is? Well, I was just thinking about how weird it is to have a friend who does these kind of things. Don't say that. You'll make me feel weird about it. It's okay though. I'm happy we're like this, aren't you? I guess. Hey, be careful. The button might come off. Why is this one so hard to close? I struggled to fully close the button near her chest. Does this thing even fit you properly? I did wear it when I bought it. If you ever button it, you would have noticed sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. But what are you smiling about? This is just gonna be full of awkwardness, isn't it? Don't say it out loud. Anyway, you look much better now. Ah. Why does it feel strange to see Suri's blazer buttoned up like that? But it's so stuffy. It's not worth it at all. So hastily unbuttons her blazer once more. Phew. That's much better. Suri puts her arms out and twirls around. So if I keep on buttons, then I won't get a boyfriend, right? Well, what kind of logic is that? Why are you saying that you say like it's a good thing? Because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't even let you do things like this. And you take care of me way better than anyone else could, anyway. So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. Stop saying all these things out loud. I didn't say anything embarrassing. Jeez. Well, anyway, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier. Only if you focus on going to bed earlier. Fine. It's a deal. I guess we really are better at taking care. I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are at taking care of ourselves. Yeah, I guess so. So maybe you should come wake me up in the morning. You're doing it again, Suri. But I was joking that time. Man, it's impossible to tell with you sometimes. Okay, everyone. Monica suddenly calls out. Why don't we share the poems we wrote now? Yay. I failed to sound enthusiastic, but Suri still plots away to receive her poem. By the way, did you have to write a poem last night? Yeah, of course I did. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't find much inspiration since I've only done this before. Well, not everyone's ready. Why don't we find someone to share with? Joy. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's printed handwriting from here, from where I sit. Mizuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. I'm definitely most comfortable sharing with Sayori first. She's my good friend after all. Okay. Oh my goodness. That's so good, Brandon. Really? I love it. I had no idea you were such a good writer. Sorry, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. Aha. Jeez. I'm sure Yuri's opinion has to be a little more constructive than this. Maybe even Nizuki's. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Well, I'm sure it's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of other people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem. It's a Brandon poem, and that's what makes me feel extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it. So he hugs the sheet against the chest. You're so weird, Sayori. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you really are a part of the club now. Not to mention that the fact that I'm standing in front of you in a club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Brandon. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Try new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do, you know? Thanks, Yuri. I'm not sure if Yuri sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all, yeah. I'm gonna make sure we have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now you're reading my poem, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you've missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away the rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. That's actually a bad poem. That's just a guess. But did you wait until this morning to write this? No, just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel better. Me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried. I didn't mean to say it like it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast, even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. By next time, I won't forget. You write the best poem ever. You're probably gonna be harsh, but just better get it done and over with. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me if it's not like it's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions. Are you kidding me? There was loads of emotions in that poem. So basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes. Do you want to get smacked? Easy, I'll pass. Anyway, I guess I'll need to show you mine. Okay. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it. It's not too bad. Like it's fair. You know what she's saying. Like it's a fair poem. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I do like it, but just be honest, I am. Why are you so convinced that I won't like it? Well, because Everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all about sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like this poem. Seeing everyone around you to do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts out more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up my rhyme at the end, but it made it all flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feelings in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realised. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect much from the youngest one here, did you? I guess not. I decided to humour her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Nazuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Okay. Yuri, next we'll do short poems like these two and then we'll end the video afterwards, so I don't have to drag on too long. Yuri stares at the poem. When it passes more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh, I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. It's your first time writing a poem, right? It is indeed. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading the book, reading through though. So it's that bad. No. Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face into her hands. I couldn't help notice that. It's been several minutes and we haven't really gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Wait, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think most noticeable thing I recognise in the new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter and form fit two together. End result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds a train of thought, it's as if her demeanour totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like she's an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different kinds of techniques that go into writing and every simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. This can be a little biased sometimes. Biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Nazuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily and it's as if a rare opportunity for her. Which itself, kind of funny. After all, isn't it supposed to be a literature club? So it goes under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining street light to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Comes, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. Light flickers. I flicker back. That's pretty good. I'm impressed. I'm sorry to have such terrible handwriting. It's way better than mine, trust me. What? I don't think that at all. But you took such a long time to read. Ah, well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I really liked the poem. Even if it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, Brandon. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But I remember that The poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. I forgot how much fucking text there is in this game. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. Well, it makes me feel happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Finally, Monica. Hi, Brandon. Had a good time so far? Ah, yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share the poems with me? Yeah. It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Okay, don't worry, Brandon. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But that's a sort of barrier we'll have to learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like this one. It makes me think about something so I would like. I don't even get to see like what I actually would like. I just picked the words that I thought they might like, but I never see the final outcome of the poem. I get to see all theirs, so. You and Shuri are really good friends, right? Wouldn't be surprised if you had those sort of things in common. Ah, well, we may be good friends, but Shuri and I are actually really different. Well, that might be the case, but maybe there are also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you, it sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you think. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem. You sure you're not reading into this too much? I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Yuri's writing is kind of gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions, like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each other own, and you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things too. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Of course. So I'd be confident for someone who claims not to be very good. That's because I sounds confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I'll see. Let's read it then. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See, the direction the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbour. An angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forwards, stretching forever into everything. A hole to infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out, and he, on the other side, was looking in. Oh, that's good poetry right there. I think that's the best one out of all of them. That is deep. So what do you think? It's very free form, if that's what you call it. So I'm not really into this person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That's like a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on the specific poem. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about this is, if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's a pretty good tip. Thanks for listening. Okay. Whew. Yes, that's everyone's. I glanced around the room. That's a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as everyone is judging me for the mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Yuri and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Nizuki. They generally exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Nizuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Nizuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about feeling or giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but I really didn't come up nice at all. She's very harsh, she is. Well, I have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sherry liked it. And Brandon did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent long enough time establishing my writing style. I don't expect to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Brandon liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Nizuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize she was so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Ooh. Low blow. That's not what I meant. Yuri stands up as well. Maybe just jealous that Brandon appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. How do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you full of yourself? If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do over cutesy. Is everything okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Brandon started showing up. She is throwing shots left, right, and center here. Nizuki, it's a little... It doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting guys. Suddenly both girls turned towards me as if they noticed I was standing there. Brandon, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If I can get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Brandon. Leave me out of this! There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not unnecessarily limiting yourself. It's also a waste. You do understand, right, Brandon? Well, how did I drag myself into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Oh, for God's sake. Oh. Help. So I can choose to go with Nizuki or Yuri. Oh man. So, of course it's going to be like picking sides. Help me, Sayori. Yuri? What? I clicked Yuri. That's not excuse me. I mean, you should pick a fight just because someone's pain is different. Yuri wouldn't even like. I picked Yuri. Yuri, you're a seriously talented writer. It's not a secret that I was impressed. Well, but here's the thing. No matter how simple we find someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it and becomes something really personal. That's why I felt this threatened poem was cute. I see. Ziki, you took that way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. But I heard that. Azuki, I think that's enough. You also something that you didn't mean. You apologize, I think you should too. Okay, I'm just gonna do a quick save here. Yep. And on that note with you, this episode has been like nearly an hour long. I can't really cut much out of this. There'll be little bits to cut out, obviously, but that was one hell of a roller coaster. There was just so much happening. It's just their poems, and I try and agree with one of them. It's just, oh man, oh, there's gonna be so much joy with this game. And I think we'll leave that video there for now. Let me know what you guys thought of this and maybe what you think is going to happen next. Most importantly, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to boot that like button. And I'll see all you dudes next time. Stay to the y'all.